My name is Gideon Post. I'm a beekeeper in the Malmesbury area.
Gideon is a beekeeper, and when he talks about recovery, he talks about bees.
What I do at the bee farm, it's a lot. If you put it in a nutshell, it's basically we do 7 different things for other beekeepers, as well as stuff for ourselves. We extract honey for other beekeepers, we clean their honey, we clean their wax, we do pollination, we do training for other beekeepers. Also, I manage the farm. I also have to make sure that the sheep and the chickens that are also on the farm, that they have got food and that they are safe. And every time the sheep break out, I need to go out and go fix where they break through. And we have to go feed the bees to keep them alive through summer to winter before they go into pollination. So pollination is basically where the fruit farmers rent bees in. The fruit and vegetables in ShopRite and Pick n Pay, and the ones that get exported, they all start off as a small little flower. And our bees, when we rent them out, they go and pollinate that flower, because the yield of fruit once they've been pollinated is a lot more than if they were not pollinated. So how the bees know where to go and fetch the nectar and the pollen from is they'll first send out a scout bee to go and look for the flowers. And the bee will then fly out of the hive and find the pollen or the nectar source, and then come back and tell the other bees.
A bee leaves the hive alone, searching for pollen. It doesn't know how far it will travel or what it will face, only that the hive depends on it. When the bee finds what it's looking for, it returns, and it does something remarkable. It dances. That dance tells the other bees where to go, how far to fly, and in which direction hope can be found. Gideon sees his recovery the same way. He went out into the unknown. He did the hard work, and when he found healing and stability, he came back.
And I think that's why I love bees so much, because I can relate so much to them, that I can go out and tell other people that are trapped in active addiction or that want to get clean. At the time I was staying in other people's houses, at friends' houses, at my sister's house. And then she actually introduced me to U-Turn, because one of her friends had actually gone to U-Turn and come through the whole program. And the friend had said, tell your brother to go to this place, go to Claremont, and they will help him there. And I think that helped me a lot, doing the decision, traveling from Tableview to Claremont every single day, 5 days a week. That was a bit of a struggle, but at first I just did it because I had nowhere else to go and to do. So I just decided I'm going to give it a shot. That's basically what I said. I'm going to give it a shot. Otherwise, where will I sleep? Where will I get my next meal from?
Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens step by step, one decision at a time, one opportunity at a time.
So at Powerhouse, when I was a P2, after becoming a P2, I was P1 first for I think 10 days, and then P2, and I was coming to the end of my P2 journey. I asked Pastor Fernando, I just asked, like, listen here, I want to have what you have. I want to be saved. Then he said, no problem. And there in Powerhouse, in his office, I got saved. And I gave my life over to Jesus.
Every hive needs a foundation. So does every life. Before U-Turn, Gideon carried the weight of fractured relationships, uncertainty, and survival mode living. He needed support. He needed direction. He needed a chance to rebuild.
Your U-Turn has impacted my life in so many different areas. I mean, I wish I could have done a lot more in U-Turn, because they've got a lot of services that they provide to the champs and that. Like, I mean, I got my barista, I did my barista course. I did work for a living, the course. I've gone through counseling and therapy. I've seen my caseworkers. I've gone through my problems, I've worked through everything, every step, but there's so much more that I could have done.
Gideon's story is proof that when someone chooses change, and when people choose to support that change, new life becomes possible. Support the work. Invest in more stories like this. Help build pathways out of homelessness.